So we want to get real quick back into Freya. She did write us back on Facebook through the Moxie deal. She goes, I can't get back through. She goes, I'm sorry, guys. Got to get up early in the morning. She goes, I would like to say a big thank you to you guys and to Mike. That's, of course, Mike Swear, Swear Trucking, for all of his hard work on the car. Point S Tires, Pam Pam's Junk, and Scott and Colin Weinbarger with Discount Race Car Parts out there in Corbett, Oregon. That's another place, besides, Drager Performance, Matthew Drager and stuff like that, Left Coast, that's another great place for the guys that are up towards, my area to get great race car parts. Colin and Scott, treat their customers and stuff. I mean, great. So let's get into a little bit of IMCA Modified. This is another drama. Okay, this is crazy. Joel, you out of here?
I gotta get to the shop, bro.
Out of the studio. All right. Hey, make sure you turn this on for the last hour and stuff like that. Corey will be on here in a second. Joel, man, white screen. You can't. Thank you so much, man. I'll see you next week. All right.
Yeah, you will.
Okay. So check this out. So Kenny Miller, basically had this race won.
Okay.
Came up, battled for the lead over Jerry Schramm in the 16S car in the modified. Man, 10 laps to go, blows a brand new motor. Now, when I talk about blow a brand new motor, 4 laps prior to that, going into the turns, it was just smoking like you wouldn't believe. He'd get off the gas and it would just smoke. He'd get back on it, it would go and dissipate. What had happened is the head gasket actually blew out of the bottom of the head. It was crazy. Craig Castle, this is another thing. Listen to this points battle. Craig Castle would come into the night because of the week prior to the 250 lappers and having that bad of a night.
Right.
Craig would sit there and come into that night 1 point behind Bubba Foster in the 68. This is where they finished. Craig Castle would finish second. Bubba Foster would finish fifth.
Tight points race.
Man, it is going to be great when it comes down to the end of this. Pure stock. Now listen to this. Pure stock qualifying was Trevor Labarge in the 7, a 16.223, 25-lap main event. Joey would start fourth, but would be very, very slow behind a car. I mean, I don't know why this car just didn't take off, but Joey would fall all the way back to the back of the pack. Going into turn 1 and 2, early leader would be the 8. This is, of course, Tanner Crawling. Had a hard charge from Trevor Labarge. He would challenge him going into 3 and 4, and both would spin the next lap. They would both spin out over there in 3 and 4. That would give Joey and Larry Brookshire in the 11 the front row since we didn't make a lap. It took basically 4. This is the weirdest thing. It took 4 times for these guys to even get a lap in because every time they'd go in, somebody would spin. It was almost like they were driving on ice. It was crazy. Basically, what it came down to is Joey would come down, run side by side with Joey Tardio, and he would run the bottom. Trevor would be on the top. He would take the lead. Then, mind you, 25 laps was their main event. 23 to go. Joey would finally take over from over Trevor Labarge and go on to win the feature, giving him 2 races, 2 feature wins in one night.
Impressive night.
Very impressive by him and his team. It was awesome. It was so great to see that. Yeah, it was cool. So
nice.
That was
nice.
That was. I mean, Joel being in here, that's kind of cool.
Just crash the whole party.
Dude is just full of knowledge though too, man. I mean,
he's all right.
It makes it fun.
He's all right.
He's all right. Listen to you.
He's not too. I like him. He's a good dude.
He is. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do right now is we're actually going to take a break real quick.
I'm going to grab a Perrier.
You're going to go grab one of those Perriers. We're going to kind of set it off. We're going to sit there and take you to a couple commercials, and we'll be back in
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Hi, I'm Corey with my wife Sandy. We'd like to invite you to Jetstream Aqua Massage. At Jetstream, you get a quality massage, nobody touches you, and you don't get wet. Best of all, it's only $1 per minute. Come see what it's all about.
I've been coming in here about 3 times a week for the last 6 months, and it's just a whole new world when I walk out of here. I highly recommend this place. $20 for 20 minutes, unbeatable.
I like coming to Jetstream Aqua Massage because after a long day in the gym for cheerleading, my aches and pains are gone. I'm very relaxed. It's just a very good feeling.
I get my mom 10 minutes every week. After the aqua massage, when she comes out, she's just in better spirits, I think. She just feels better.
I've been coming in here about 3 times a week for the last 6 months, and it's just a whole new world when I walk out. I sleep easier at nights when I get my massages. I don't pass them up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in. You're about to listen to
On the Beginning 2016.
We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
The coolest station online.
Yeah. All right, we're back, man.
Welcome back to Northwest Dirt News. My name is Corey Penfold in the Jetstream Aqua Massage Studio with my co-host Joshua Warbus.
Big pimpin'.
We are in about an hour and a half into the show. Got about an hour and a half left. Have a good time. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk racing. We're going to talk about, like you guys up north had a little drama. We did too, and
yeah,
it's going to be.
How was your drama, man?
Well, it was. It's just one of those. It's one of those things. It's a matter of interpretation, like we talked about earlier in the program. Kind of a different week at Willamette this week. We had the Super Sport Twin 50s with twin 50-lap features.
See, that's awesome.
Very cool deal. Very cool deal. Those Super Sport cars they're pretty wild. You turn those guys loose for 50 laps, and you see all kinds of things. We'll talk about more about that here in a little bit. Josh, your coffee's done on the Keurig here, and
I am ready. I am ready for some of this.
Like you need any coffee.
Yeah, well, it's like the rock star that. Yeah.
It's not a rock star. You got a double tall, no fat, low foam latte. Quit lying to these listeners.
Listen, but creamer and sugar.
So, let's talk Willamette Speedway. Let's talk Hornet Division.
Let's do this, man. Let's get into this. I heard this was a great race.
Who told you that?
Some leprechaun.
Oh, you might want to catch that dude.
I can't, or I'd buy his pot of gold.
To say that this race was great, I wouldn't say that.
Heard it was epic.
No, it wasn't. It was just, we can sum this whole Hornet division up. We can make this quick, easy work right here.
Who won?
Tracy Muse.
Moving on.
6th win of the season for Muse. He's just in just domination between him and Rowe. Rowe wasn't there, so she's even farther back. I think at this point, unless something really bad happens to the M16 of Tracy Muse, this championship has settled itself at this point. I think we're at that point where he's just he's too far out.
Yeah.
Even with her there, as well as he's finished, it's usually 1-2. It's just not enough. It's not going to be enough. And I think at this point, I'm willing to write that off and just hand Muse that title now. And that's
really
not, and that's just, and like I said,
wow.
it's not.
That's like.
It's not slamming the field. It's simply saying, number one, there's not enough cars in that division to make a big difference. Even if Rowe does show up, they typically finish first and second.
Right.
You're not going to make up 200 plus points finishing first.
200?
He's gone.
And he's only got 3 races left?
Something like that. Yeah, we don't have many.
Wow.
But yeah. Muse is, we've seen him all year long. He's been the guy, So 6th win, game over. I am at this point ready to hand that deal over to Muse and kind of.
So just make the trophy now.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think and I hope I'm not out of line saying that. And like I said, I'm not slamming the field. I'm just saying I don't think there's number one enough time, and there's not enough cars in that division to make it. Now, if there was 20 cars and he finished 18th and
had that points, yeah,
right? That now you're talking a situation that you can close that gap.
Well, it's a brand new field, it's a brand new class, and everything else. And just like we've been talking about all year long, it's gonna take a little bit of time to fill those classes. Even some of the people in the stands, I'm sure they're sitting there saying, "Hey, you know what? That'd be a cool deal to do. Let's go get something. Let's go try something." Or whatever.
I wish they would.
But we don't know until next year.
Well, we'll find out.
How many cars and stuff are going to show up next year? It's just okay. It's just like Sunset, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 6 cars. 6 cars that I know for a fact right now that are parked that are doing something else.
Right.
6 cars, and that's in the modified class.
6 cars.
Okay,
makes a big
difference. How many others in street stocks or whatever the case is? This is the thing too, is that new rule changes are coming out for Sunset Speedway. Can't really tell you yet. We are going to
We'll
have...
save that for later on
but
down the road.
Next week, I am going to have Mr. Bob McCord from Sunset Speedway, the Master Tech official.
I love this dude.
Dude, love Bob. Hopefully he'll come on to kind of talk a little bit about maybe what's going to happen for next season. Some things are set in stone. Some things are kind of up in the air. But I think it'll benefit a lot of people and a lot of tracks.
Well, that's the thing. Let's grow the sport. That's it's not growing right now. That being said, let's talk about street stocks.
Yeah, I like this one.
Now we had 13 of them. Kind of a short field. Some other drivers went other places, but oh man, I'm telling you right now, this is a deal where we've talked about every week the points race. Mikey Breakall, Jody Tanner.
I'm telling you, man.
Okay.
Mikey Breakall is just she's showing these boys how to do things.
Well, right now she is, but Saturday night. Saturday night.
Why did you? If you
you want to talk about showing people what racing's all about? I'm gonna tell you right now, Kyle Yack and Kevin Roberts put on a show.
Really?
You think about those two names. You know how good they are.
Okay.
Kyle Yack carried the number 31 for Lauren Cruzy, who was in that big wreck the week before.
Yeah.
Roberts in the 88 Big Sky Camaro. We know what that car's all about. Phenomenal race. These guys got on the track, and I'm talking features tonight. I'm not wasting time on other stuff. We're talking about features. These guys.
Features are all we care about.
These guys went at it. Roberts and Yack. I mean, Kyle Yack had the early lead, and led. And Roberts was reeling him in slowly. He was kind of getting there. I think on
30 lap main.
We went 25.
25. All right.
25 lap main. Roberts started coming on, and Kyle kind of started fading. That being said,
not like him, but I mean Kevin Roberts though.
Well, it's just one of those deals, The track. I will tell you right now, the track was absolutely. The last 2 weeks, that track has been so smooth.
Really?
So smooth, but very, very, very slick.
See, that's how ours was too.
And get ready, triple temperatures this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be hot and slick. But Kevin Roberts ultimately got by Kyle Yack, and they raced. Man, I mean, he earned this one. He got by Yack, and he won it by 0.6 of a second.
So Roberts was right there.
Yeah,
Kevin Roberts was right there.
Roberts got the win, and him and Yack put on. I mean, arguably the race of the night. They were just, two cars shooting it out for the spilling coffee already. They shot it out. Just a great race between two quality race car drivers. And Bill Allison, defending champion, finished third. Jordan McDonald filling in for the normal pilot, Kevin Williamson in the W7 was fourth. And rounding out the top five, Josh, was little Mikey Breakall. Now let's talk points, because this is where things get interesting.
So Mikey Breakall, though, let's talk.
So she finished fifth.
Right.
Okay, this is in the 25-lap feature.
I kind of wanted it to sink in for everybody that was out there listening.
She is the points leader, and it was very, very close coming in. That gap is bigger going out.
Really?
Mikey finished fifth, just ahead of Chris Sine. 13 cars in this field. I'm going to read you the finishing order of the feature. Give you a recap on the finishing order.
All right.
Kevin Roberts with the win. Kyle Yack, Bill Allison, Jordan McDonald, Mikey Breakall, Chris Sine, D.W. Northey, Dakota Goddard, Talon Roberts, Jesse Yankee, Alan Stroud, Monty Howe, Jody Tanner.
Whoa. Slow your roll. There had to have been something that happened.
Had some problems. Had some issues on the 36.
No kidding?
Exited
the finish
the race.
Last?
Exited the race on lap 6.
Oh, that ain't good. That's a huge points battle right there.
10. Okay, now listen. 10 of the 13 cars took the green flag finished on the lead lap. 3 of the cars that started didn't finish at all. They exited on lap